Hey everybody, this is Bonnie Barker with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and welcome to Friday Fun Live. Yay! I just so look forward to this day throughout the week, and especially when I've been away from home and everything. It's just so good to see, to be with everybody and to just catch up. And we have some unfinished business from last week. Last week, you all were extremely gracious and generous with the super chat, and we reached our $100 goal. And I'm happy to say that has been sent in to the Rancho 3M, which is in Guadalupe, which is outside of Juarez, Mexico. It's a Christian um, orphanage and school. I'm having trouble with my words this morning. I got a lot on my mind. Um, anyway, thank you for the donation for that to be able to support such a worthy organization. My daughter and I have been there, have served at this compound. It is a light in a dark place. I'll just say that. And so thankful for the ministry that's happening there. And thank you for helping us. And as a small thank you, I promised you a song, and I was able to come up with a brand new song. I think some of you are gonna, if your kids are the 60s, you'll remember this one easily. It's a song that I'm borrowing. So this is a parody, YouTube. So this is originally sung by the Monkees, but I thought it was interesting that it was written for the Monkees by, of all people, Neil Diamond. Yeah, so apparently he wrote a lot of songs for them. So, and I'm also wanting to dedicate this song to you all for your generous hearts, um, and also to my friend Lana Ford, who is a local yarn store owner called So Original. It's in Columbia, Maryland now. I have learned so much from this lady and have enjoyed her store so much. So I just want to dedicate this song to her. Let's try that one again. Okay, you know what? I tried to get too fancy. Let's just go ahead and skip that. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. I thought that yarn was only found in Michael's stores, thinking that was all there was for me. I could only find acrylic, that's the way it seemed. Alpaca wool was only just a dream. Then I found a new store. Now I'm a believer. It's a young boutique. It's such a great find. I'm in love. Ooh. I'm a believer. I could live here 9 to 5. I thought cheap yarn was more or less a given thing. Seems that's all of those big box stores ever had. What's the harm in trying something fun and new? Suddenly I knew just what to do. Then I found a new store. Now I'm a believer. It's a yarn boutique. It's such a great find. I'm in love. Ooh, I'm a believer. I could live here 9 to 5. Instrumental. Do, 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 oh, what's the harm in trying something fun and new? Suddenly I knew just what to do. Then I found a new store. Now I'm a believer. It's a yarn boutique. It's such a great find. I'm in love. Ooh. I'm a believer. I could live here 9 to 5. All right, I've tortured you all enough. So I hope you enjoy that. That is just so much fun to me. I've even got nice calluses for you guys, and finally, getting a little bit of time in on the practice. Not as much as I would like, but been a busy week. As you probably know, I was in South Carolina last week, dealing with the fallout of a lightning strike to the house. Everybody's fine. The garage door is now opening. Yay! I was using my hands and arms and lower back a lot to raise a double garage. Manually open and closing. Not a small feat. And since was the strongest woman in the house at the time, of course, my competition was my 95-year-old mother-in-law. So, I'm trying to serve her. So, yeah. So today we are resting this week after I drove 9.5 hours home, back to Maryland. So, just focused a lot on resting my back, which I've needed to do. And the 9.5 hour trip, boom, boom, boom on the back didn't help too much, but we're good. Oh, right. So let me go ahead and get rid of that. I don't need that paper anymore, but I need my notes for today. So let me just go ahead and jump in and see how everybody is doing. Jeannie, so glad to have you with us, my friend. So good being with you in the um which was it? Oh yeah. The watch channel class that we did last week. It was on 3 ways to crochet the braided cables. Just to let the watch viewers know, that is now available. I uploaded it last night. Thanks for your patience with me. There was just no way that was going to upload on the slower internet speeds where I was. So I needed to wait and do that here. And I finally remembered to do it last night. So let me go ahead and check that off. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the Watch channel, it's a paid subscriber channel, has no commercials, no spam. Nobody's there to bug you. We don't track you. And yeah. So and it's a fun channel. I think there is content there that does not exist on my public channel. So I'm kind of saving the better, not the better, but saving a lot of things, just keeping them out of the public eye, just kind of away from theft for just a little while. But anyway, so I release a lot of things on that channel. There's behind the scenes. We have Zoom classes that subscribers can join, about trying to do that about once a month, and that's no extra charge. And there are many PDFs that you can download for, just simply for being a member. They are complimentary. So again, no extra fees. We don't nickel and dime. We don't do that. It's $7.95 a month, which is probably what it cost you to go through your coffee drive-through, or eating. I don't know that you can even get a meal for that anymore. I can't. Right? If I like to eat out, I love to go to Chipotle. Ugh, that's my bane. I love that place. I don't go there very often, but when I do, that's like $10, $12 for a meal there. So really, it's easily less than a meal. It's only once a month, and if you join for the entire year, it's $79.50. So you actually save about $15 for the year. So and I don't push that hard. It's there for those who are looking for something like that. And of course, if you like, you'd have to like the designs that I do, because it's pretty exclusively my designs at this point in time. However, I wanted to let you know that my good friend and crochet designer Jennifer Ryan of Celtic Knot Crochet has she is going to be a guest teacher in for the Zoom class for the month of June. So just to let you know, I'm really excited for her to be able to do this. I think it's going to be just one class, not two, but I'll check with her and I'll have more information forthcoming. Don't have the specific topic just yet, but I promise you it'll have something to do with making Celtic knots, which is a technique that I have never covered on my channel. Not because I don't want to, it's just that I see that as my friend's domain, and I want to honor her and just stay out of her way, because she is great at doing that. And so I just wanted to let you know, if you want to, you can join the channel anytime. And you know what? If you join for a month at 7.95 and you find that you don't like it, you can opt out of it just like that. You just have to go in and say goodbye. It's easy. It's easy in, it's easy out, just to let you know. And we don't chase after you once you leave. We don't do that. Okay. I am not a super spammer, and I'm not a super marketer. For those of you who followed me long, um, I'm not saying it's bad to be a marketer. I wouldn't mind having better marketing skills, but that's just not my thing. I'm a teacher. I'm a designer, and that's kind of where my jam is at the moment. Um, okay, and somebody is it Jet One In, if I'm reading that name right, says I missed the last session of the club. I guess of the watch channel, the how to cables. I think it was when I sign up. Can I still watch that? Yeah, sure. There is a recording that you can watch of the classes that have been taught on Zoom. Okay, so yeah, definitely. Thank you for sending that in, Hannah, and thank you, Hannah, for joining us and for helping us out today. Hannah is back in school, and please pray for Hannah. I don't usually solicit a prayer for myself or for my family, but I know you pray for me, so thank you for those of you who do. It's much appreciated and needed. But Hannah is taking an anatomy and physiology class. It's part one. Um, in college. So if you can think of her, just she's got a lot to plow through this semester. So thank you. And Angie, good morning to you. And Sandra, she says, I've been missing in action for a couple weeks celebrating my daughter's 50th birthday in New Orleans. How fantastic, Sandra. Wow. Um, Congratulations to you and your daughter, and just that's cool that you got to go to New Orleans at a probably a good time of the year. I went in July and it was hot. So I guess I'm hoping that it was not as oppressively hot and humid when you went. I hope you had a great time there. And yeah, we are doing well. And Wanda Gordon, it's always good to see you, my friend. She says, praying all are well, working on the Ripple Granny Square baby blanket. Yay. That's always a fun one. You get to count over and over and over again on that one. And love to craft, waving right back at you. And Jimmy, good to have you in the chat. Says, good morning from a very warm Tomatin, is it Tomatin, if I'm saying it right? Scotland. Wow. Wow. Well, wow. Welcome. Welcome. I would love to go visit your country someday. I've been south of you in London and places around England, but not been to Scotland. I would love to get there. There's so many places I'd like to see around there in the British Isles again. And Kali, good morning to you. And Kim from Texas and Alana says, oh boy, time flies. Hello, and so glad I'm here. Hoping storms pass by as a tornado last time was 2 miles from my house here in Middletown. Oh, I hope that just doesn't even see your house, goes right on by. I have to tell you, no joke, kind of an interesting thing. We've had, some of these storms coming through the South. And when I was down in South Carolina last week, I taught a class on Tuesday afternoon, and then I taught a class on, no, so on Thursday. Both were on Thursday, I think. Nope, it was two. Anyway, I taught a class on the 9th and the 10th. That's right, Thursday and then Friday. And then Friday evening, if you were in that class, I didn't record that class, and it was a good thing that I got a good recording for the class that was the day before on the 9th, because at the beginning of that class in the evening, I saw the trees bending it like more than like these tall 100-foot pine trees doing almost a 40 to 45-degree bend, and then started to go in a circle right outside across the field that I was where I was recording and broadcasting from. And I just basically had to say, I'll be downstairs and give me 1 minute, folks. And I went downstairs. I need to check on the weather just to make sure there's not a tornado outside the window. And of course, everybody was gracious about that, but there wasn't. But there was a lot of strong, what they call straight line winds, I think, just really blowing through. And by the time the class ended, it was as quiet as could be outside. But yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to have to shut that one down or not, because if I was going to be in a tornado situation, I didn't want to be on the top level. I wanted to be as low in the house as I possibly could, and preferably in a hallway or a bathroom. But anyway, but I hope, Alana, hope you are fine from those tornadoes there. And Phil, good morning to you. He says he's in Mesquite, Nevada, currently 83, headed for 100 today. He says, but it's a dry heat. Yeah, right. So it's hot as hot, no matter how you slice it. That puts me right back. We're talking about Rancho 3M because that was our charity for last week's donation. And my daughter Becky and I were there. And I remember when we got off the plane at El Paso and to get on the bus, it was 108 degrees, 108, which is normal for that area. And it was a dry heat. But I tell you, it still feels like you're putting your head in an oven. We just got a celebration on here. What was that? I have to look ahead. Wow. Well, that was cool. I don't know how someone did that. Excuse me. But thank you. Um, so anyway, let's see. Alana says, Jimmy, I'm glad you're here. You come from a very beautiful country. Yes. Thank you all for welcoming Jimmy. Thank you so much. And Susan says, hello, everyone. I finally got my Bonnie Watch TV back for this month. Yay. Well, thank you again for yours. And thank you all who are Watch subscribers for your kind support. That allows me to just do so much more and with what I do. It also means that I don't have to substitute teach anymore. Thank you, Lord. It was fun while I could do that, but oh my goodness, I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore. And Crochet with Tiffany. Good morning, Tiffany. So glad you could join us. And Alana says, okay, she's talking with Susan. That is so cool. Susan from, yeah, you must be in the same area. Wow, that is so cool. And Terry Redmond, so good to have you, my dear. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well and having a great week. Thank you. And it's so good to see you guys. And Esther, hey, Esther. Esther's coming to my house tomorrow. So looking forward to meeting her new husband and everything. So looking forward to that, Esther. And let's see. You have Carol G. Good morning to you. And Shatika Woods, so glad to have you here. And Susan, yeah. And Hannah just sent me a question, says, okay, great. DL Crisp says, thank you for recording the video of 3 ways to make the braided cables left-handed too. It really helped me and I appreciate it very much. My pleasure. I'm so glad I remembered to do that. I don't know that I did that with the other ones, but I am going to do that going forward. So yes, I recorded a flipped image of our Zoom time as well. So if the lefties, they could watch it easily and not have to, rethink the wheel and everything. Well, let me go ahead. I have a couple of quick announcements. Let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll get back. This past week, released a new design, and if I can get it here, this is a shawl or scarf. I'm just going to get a little bit here, and I'm calling this my quadrotriticale. I know, complicated term, but if you're a Trekkie, you know what quadrotriticale is. It's a Star Trek name for a special type of wheat. And since I've watched Star Trek so much, and whenever they drink Romulan ale, which by the way is illegal in Star Trek universe, they're not supposed to have it, but they manage to always have some brew on hand, and it's this beautiful blue color. So I thought, okay, we're going to make the basically a wheat scarf because it features the large and the small wheat stitches, as well as the 2-stitch basket weave along the edge. And I used that 2-stitch basket weave. I just continued that instead of using traditional ribbing. And the rest of the body is my all-time favorite, the wattle stitch, which is just a great stitch for fabric that kind of is recessed in the background to feature what I love, which is the cable. So the quadriticale scarf or shawl. In other words, you can wear this as a shawl, or you can easily wrap it for a scarf. It is now available in my Lovecraft store. It's also available, well, it's obviously on the YouTube channel. The tutorial is. It's also up on my watch channel, and if you're a watch subscriber, you get the PDF complimentary. So again, thank you to all my watch subscribers for your kind support. And the other quasi big announcement is all my books that I send out, um, with, I sign them all and personalize them however you'd wish. These are all back in my Etsy store online. There is a link in the video description below. I take them out when I travel because I just don't have the room and everything. And usually when I go south to visit family, I'm usually there to serve family. It's not a vacation. I mean, it's fun. I enjoy being down there, but it is primarily to serve somebody else, not to do my business. So I'll just run through some of the books that are here. There's the Celtic Cable Throws, the Beginning Baby Blanket book, and these that I'm showing you now, they all have video links for the right and left-handed designs. Okay, Cable Crochet Made Easy, 4 seasons of cable crochet throws. So I'll keep you busy with throws here. And of course, my beginning book is back again. All this is supplemented heavily with video and video QR codes so that you can get to them easily. And this is, and again, the original Erin Afghans to Crochet, which is coming up on, wait a minute, this is like 14 years old now. Obviously, this does not have video links in here, but I do have one throw with a complete video tutorial, the winter white, and I have stitch videos for all the stitches in here. So even though they don't have, beginning to end instruction, they do have the stitches, so that usually that's all that people really truly need if you're, a seasoned crocheter. So those are back in the Etsy store. And what else do I have? Let me go ahead and just run through a couple of these, and then I'll do some show and tell in a bit. I'm looking forward to the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet and Quilt Creative Arts Festival. So they do a lot there. A lot of vendors support all three crafts. It's a beautiful yarn market if you've never been. Registration is now open, and I just want you to let you know that class spots are limited. I'm only teaching because they moved the conference from Thursday, Friday, Saturday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I in order to honor the Lord and also to honor my body that needs the rest, I don't work on Sunday. So I'm only teaching 4 classes instead of 6. I'm only teaching on Fridays and Saturdays. So spaces could fill up. I don't know. I hope they do, just for the sake of the conference, and for the organizers. But that's going to be August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. That's this August. That's again Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Registration is now open. I'll be teaching 4 classes. On Friday morning, Intro to Crocheting Post Cables, which is kind of a basic cabling class. It doesn't cover all the cables. I've kind of scaled them down a little bit. The Friday afternoon is Crocheting Beautiful Trims and Borders. Saturday is 4 ways to crochet the traditional granny square. Yeah, 4 ways to make those little squares, 4 different ways. They look kind of the same, but it's just 4 different techniques. And Saturday is going to be 3 ways to crochet the braided cables. If you're a watch subscriber, you've gotten the 2-hour version of that class. These classes will be 3 hours. It's limited to 20 people per class. So and it's first come, first serve. There are many other teachers who are going to be there as well, including my friend Jennifer Ryan. I'm so excited to maybe be in cahoots with her to do some music fun stuff together. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we're hoping to do something together. And so anyway, yeah. And anyway, big yarn market. I hope to see you there. And yeah, really, really, really looking forward to that. If you do go and you're a follower, email me because in the last couple years we've been able to get a group of people together and go out to the Olive Garden afterwards. I don't know if we'll be able to do that again this year. Obviously, if we have, more than 15, 20 people, um, that would be a little bit of a push, but we can still try. But I would love to be able to do that, and I definitely make myself available to those who follow. I just want to be able to meet you and just be able to say thank you at some point. All right, so Hannah is sending me another. Okay, I will write that down, Hannah. Where's my pad? I'm gonna write that. Okay, Kathleen Dana is asking for prayer for relief from chronic back pain. Having a flare up since medical mission to Ghana last month. Wow, that's quite a trip. Let me write that down. I understand. Everybody's different, I know, but I've dealt with back pain and have been in surgery and ER. I understand some of that, so I definitely will pray for you, Kathleen. Let me go ahead and get back to the chat. Uh, yeah, give me a minute to catch up here. And Hannah, thank you again. And Cecilia, so good to have you in the chat. And Kelly, so good to have you back, my friend. She says, it's her boss's Tammy's birthday, and we're celebrating today. Excellent. Yeah, we'll wait for you. Love the craft. She says, walking my child to the bus stop. We'll catch y'all as soon as I get back. You'll probably be back before I even read your comment. I'm so slow on this, but I'm okay with that. And Kelly says she's crocheting a newsboy pumpkin hat. Oh, cool. I know what that is, but I immediately thought of the musical group, the Newsboys. But cool. Yeah, and all right, finally getting to the song part. Thank you guys. You're so sweet. Um, and love to craft. It's her last year. Oh wow, that is so cool. Congratulations. And yeah, Felicia, good to have you with us today. Thank you, Alana, for your encouragement there. It's a brand new song, guys. I still need to clean it up and work it, polish it up a bit. But yeah, it's been a busy week. And Susan B says she's working on the Celtic braided throw. I hope it's blessing you. I hope it's not giving you fits, Susan. I know some of those stitches can, especially the large braided cable is actually, or the jumbo one is actually probably one of my favorites. But it's the only cable that I do that crosses. It crosses with the front side facing, and then 3 rows later, it crosses with the back side facing, so it alternates back and forth. So if you are okay with that. And Kelly wants to know if I'm gonna do a class in Tucson. The only place I'm traveling to that I'm aware of this year is Pittsburgh, Kelly. I don't know of any festivals or anything in Tucson, but if you know of something or someone, looking for a crochet teacher and they're willing to pay my expenses to get there, that's actually the main barrier to doing a lot of traveling for these festivals is the travel expenses, the hotel, the either the driving or the flying or whatever, when you add all that up, it's like a fraction of the money of the income that you would make, and so that kinda doesn't make it very feasible, but if the organization's willing to pay for expenses, I'm all willing to give it a go, to give it a try, because it does take a lot of preparation and, time to do that. But yeah, if you hear something, a festival, email it to me, Kelly. I would be glad to consider it. And that goes for really anywhere in the world. You guys looking for a teacher, let's say in Ireland or England, let me know if I can get help with travel. Um, have yarn, we'll travel. We'll definitely consider. And seriously though, if I even have this in my notes, if you or your organization is looking for a speaker, you're looking for something kind of light, a speaker, I don't know, a song set of parodies, something just kind of fun, or even, a teacher of beginning knit or crochet through advanced, let me know. You can always contact me at my email, bonniebay@me.com, and we can dialogue about that, and I can send you a class listing of the classes that I have prepared. All right. And oh, thank you, Patricia from the UK. She says, love the songs. Blessings. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cecilia. Appreciate your encouragement. And yeah, Felicia says, yeah, keep talking. I'm going to let that go conversation there. And Terry says, hope your issue with the house is coming along. I understand. We had a flood in our home several years ago, but God is good. Yes, He is. Actually, yes, things are coming along. The roof, I mean, the actual chimney still has the hole and the tarp over it. That's going to be a while before we can. I don't think they've even gotten the crane yet. We still need a crane to get that big capstone, which weighs hundreds of pounds. We still need waiting on the crane to get that off, and then the men can, tear down part of the chimney, and then the mason guys can rebuild it. But yeah, that hasn't even started yet. We need to get that done. But a lot of the electronics are on their way. My brother-in-law is going to be there Memorial Day weekend, and will probably take care of getting Mrs. B a new computer, because it burned out the computer and the printer. It also burned out some other things that my husband had set up. There's some electronic things that I won't mention, but yeah, it's a lot. But most everything, the important things are back in place. The security system, the garage door is opening and closing with the garage door opener and not with the muscles. So anyhow, um, thank you for asking about that. And Freaky Geek, so glad you could be with us today. Says, oh wow, I left a live to be here, and the chat took a while to change over. Hello all. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Patricia says hello to the mods. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for greeting Esther and Hannah. Yeah, for a minute there, it's like mod. That just took me back to the 60, like the mod squad. But anyway, and yeah, thank you again, Susan, for your support. She says saving the juicy bits for later. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but we'll keep it going. And Donna says hello from Southern Delaware. Hey, we're almost neighbors, Donna. I'm just right across the border here in Maryland, although it is quite a ride up to Delaware. Um, Kelly wants to know why I didn't fly. I have a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of stuff to carry with me, and it's just cheaper, easier, I guess, to just drive back and forth, since we were transporting people back and forth, back and forth. And Sandra, my Georgia friend, how are you? She says, hello, Bonnie and Hannah and everyone here today. I hope all have a blessed and good day. Thank you, my friend. And Johnny, good to see you in the chat. My Florida friend says, jumping on real quick at work, but want to say hi. Well, thank you so much. I so appreciate your friendship, Johnny, to me and to my channel, our channel here. Again, I still owe you a lunch, buddy. Whenever I get down to Florida, we're gonna do it. I just don't know when that's gonna be. I would love to get down there again. And Cynthia, good to join. Hello to Cynthia. So glad you could join us. Um, yeah, and Hannah's telling Kelly, yeah, flying is expensive. I can't always afford to fly. Yeah, and it's also nice to have a second car when we're down there. And we've just gone back and forth so much. It's just kind of crazy. And Yeah, thank you for greeting Johnny Freaky Geek. That's really sweet of you. Yeah, and let's see. I'm just following to the point where Hannah showed me. But let me go ahead and take a break. And I want to show you a new and easy project. I think it's easy. That'll be coming probably in June sometime, but I'm not really sure. Probably in June sometime. I'm calling this Joseph's blanket. Kind of it was folded and packed kind of bulkily, but this is just a worked in the round, and it just takes one cake of yarn, one cake of the bonus bundle of the Lion Brand Mandala. It's a number 3 weight yarn. Of course, you can use any yarn you want on these. Just size the crochet hooks to match the yarn. But this was so much fun because the yarn did all the work for me. You don't have knots to hide because the yarn is completely self-striping. So, for those of you who can remember back to the Bible story of Joseph in a coat of many colors, so I just thought it just reminded me of Joseph when I saw this yarn. And I also have a son named Joseph, and he used to carry a blanket around. That was very colorful. It was kind of funny. And he used to also collect blankies. So I know he's not going to watch this. He'd be really embarrassed. Don't tell him, Hannah. But we used to tease him and say he was Joseph in the bed of many blankies because he had so many blankies. But anyway, so I'm calling this Joseph's blanket, and it's just working 2-stitch basket weave in the round. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this out as soon as I can. Again, probably in June sometime. 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it was, I released a video. I think it was 2 weeks ago on how to add ribbing, post ribbing to edging, to designs that maybe you don't know how to finish them off and you want to make them look neat. Maybe you just want to add it to cuffs or to a neckline. I do this a lot. It's a very common thing that I love to do because it just makes things look nice and finished. And it doesn't matter that it's not new. I mean, if you buy even knit sweaters, just about all of them have some kind of a ribbing like this to finish it off. But this is um, the stole portion of a design in my stash that it was just sitting there for 10 years, and I didn't have the yarn that I needed to finish it the way it needed to be with the sweater backing and all that. And so I thought, this is going to make a really nice scarf. So, I mean, and it could even be a man's scarf. I think, it's I think in masculine enough to do that. But anyway, so if you're looking for just how do I add this to any of my crochet, I have a video on that on my channel, and very straightforward, very easy to do. And I am just excited that I've taken something out of my works in progress, or my whips as we call them, and I've gotten it out of the incomplete box and I've moved it into a functional design. It may even could be a nice gift for the holidays. Who knows? So anyway, and I want to show you something kind of fun now. Where are we on time? Oh, we're doing fine. Doing some organizing, and I found something. This is a blast from the past. Don't have a. I no longer have the pattern for this, and although they're easy to find, this came from an old Crochet World magazine when I was a teenager. I found this in my mom's cedar chest. Look at this. And yes, I did wear this. I'm so sad to say. But I was looking at this and I'm like, "Oh my goodness." And this was before I knew how to hide. This is where I just cut the strands, short, and I didn't leave a long thread. But this is, probably the works of a 10-year-old when I was about 10. Not the greatest even, but still kind of fun. I'm starting to see these appear again. So, and you can see, I can tell you that the year was probably 1976 because we did a lot of red, whites, and blues back in the day. So anyway, it's just amazing. And what's really interesting about this, I know people fuss about acrylic, and even in the song that I sang at the beginning, I just want you to know I am not anti-acrylic in any way, shape, or form. I love all forms of yarn. I understand that you can't, you don't want to make everything out of fancy pants yarn because it just won't last. I mean, well, let me repeat that. Let me back up a bit. Um, you don't want to make something for a child who's going to go out and play and roll in the grass, out of your finest, alpaca or silk or something like that. Save that for people who appreciate it. Save that for yourself. Save that for a beautiful shawl, like I was showing you here. Save it for something that you're going to really enjoy, not something that's just going to get ripped up and torn up. That's basically what I was trying to say. But that's where acrylic comes in. I mean, this is from the 70s, and it's fine. I mean, it has survived all these years. Nothing has eaten it. Um, and it's wearable. I mean, it may look a little ridiculous, but it's wearable. Um, and also, um, I'm going to be just chit chatty here a little bit. If you are working or plan to work on any of these Afghans or throws that I have in any of these books, I need to let you know because I didn't know about this until this morning. Got my email. A lot of the yarn that I use for these, I love using the Love Crafts Paint Box Simply Aran 100% acrylic yarn. It's economical, and for the most part, I've had very, very good experience with it. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. No, no yarn is perfect. But anyway, if you're looking for yarn to make these, it's on sale now. I put a link in my video description. An affiliate link, which won't cost you anything more. It does give me a little bit of credit there. Um, but sit down. I want to tell you, these are on sale for, depending on how you purchase them. If you purchase them individually or if you purchase them in 5 or 10 packs, obviously the 5 and 10 packs are a better deal. I just ordered 5 10 packs, which is 50 balls of yarn. This is to get me through um, the fall with a couple designs that I'll be working on, and it's 40 to 45% off. The ones that I got, no joke, I did the math. It's 45% off the original price. And if you have like $65 or more in your cart, you get free shipping. What's not to like about that? I don't usually do a lot of promotional stuff, but this is something that I like a lot, and I do use this yarn. I design with this yarn a lot. So if you're looking to stock up on any future designs, um, like actually I finished a design, but I can't show it to you for a while because it's for the fall. Um, and it takes 23 balls of this yarn. So yeah, but basically I'm getting 50 balls of this yarn for about what I would spend for a small bag of boutique yarn. So, I mean, there is a difference in price, obviously. But I love using that for, for the big projects that the family's going to use. I've had all my throws that I've made of acrylic have survived 5 teenagers over a 20 plus year period in the home, being washed and dried. And yes, even with fringe, they survive. I did make one wool blanket for my husband when we were married, and it lasted a few years. I was not aware of how to best preserve this. I confess it was probably my fault, but it was eaten by probably moss or something. I just remember taking it out of storage and it had a hole in it that was totally irreparable. So I had to throw it away. And I spent probably as much on that one throw that I did on these 50 balls of yarn that I just placed in order for, I probably spent more on that throw. So anyway, I'm just putting a little plug in for acrylic. but I do love all the yarns. I think all the various yarns have their place. So I just wanted to tell you about that sale, because I did not know about that until this morning when I got the email from Lovecrafts. And so I was like, oh, I'm so busy this morning, but I cannot. I did the math. Can that math be right? And I did it again on the calculator. I'm like, that's 45% off. Yeah, this is the day. So, anyhow, all right, let me get back to the chat because you guys have been so patient. And thank you, Jet and One, for praying for Hannah, saying she's got this. And Wanda, thank you. Um, and Alana too. Thank you guys. And for Cecilia, thank you for praying for my girl. I so appreciate that. Um, yeah, let me keep it going. Uh oh, okay. So I'm gonna try to pronounce this name. Is it Pratibha? Says Namaste Bonnie from Mumbai, India. Wow, currently crocheting a winter white throw by you. Thank you. All the best to you. Thank you so much for letting me know. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. But wow, that is so cool from all the way from Mumbai. Wow. Um, and Freaky Geek says that sounds like a warm place. Yeah, it sure does. Um, And thank you, Terry. She says, "Hi, Hannah. Praying you'll get through those challenging courses. Try not to stress out. Have faith in you." Yep. I think she's positioned well this semester. The teachers, it's really funny. I'm not going to say anything negative, but teachers can make or break these kinds of classes. How willing they are to really to instruct, or are they just there to fill a slot. I think she has a teacher this time that's there to instruct and encourage. So um, our hope is that is the case. Um, and Sandra, yes, we did see your post earlier. Thank you so much. Um, lots and lots of comments. Uh, Hannah's sending me something. Nope, that's from Christy. I bet that's a baby movie. And Lynn, it's good to see you in the chat, my friend. Um, you are my good friend. I mean, if someone calls you gorgeous, a gorgeous sister, you can't help but like them or love them. Says, I hope you're both having a marvelous week. Yes, I am, you beautiful sister, you, Lynn. Yes. So glad that you are in our chat. Lynn is just, she is the most magnificent encourager, not just towards me, but towards everybody. I'm sure she's that way with everybody she meets. And yes, Hannah's like the yarn I was talking about. Yes, it's at lovecrafts.com. I should have said that. But there is a link in the video description below. You have to maybe read down a bit, but it's there. I put it there. This as soon as I place the orders, like I'm putting a link in there. It's again my affiliate link, but it is what it is. It won't cost you anything more. Um, and Love the Craft said, "Yep, she was back before I read her comment." Yep. Um, And thank you for your encouragement, Kelly, on the scarf. Um, oh, and Elaine, thank you so much for your sweet comment there, my friend. Um, and Freaky Geek says all those throws should be a good workout for the arms. It is. It is. I'm always telling people if you're working on one of these things, take breaks and take them often. Don't hurt yourself with the repetitive motion. Injury, that is a thing. And Mary, good to see you in the chat. Um, Oh my goodness. And we have looks like a Greek comment. Hannah is talking Greek with somebody. Thank you so much. I so loved visiting your beautiful country. We got to visit Athens and is it Olympia and the ancient place where the Olympics began, and just a bunch of beautiful places there. Um, All right, let me go ahead and silence my dinger there. um, Somebody posted probably a cute baby video in the chat, and everybody's oohing and awing over it. And CJ, welcome to our chat. So glad to have you here. Terry talking about, I think talking about the hot heat. She says, I'm with you. Hot is hot for me. Yep. Um, and Kathleen from Hudson Valley. Um, okay, we've got you on the list. Yes, that's the one that Hannah sent to me. All right. Um, uh, and Cecilia says, "Hi from El Paso, Texas. I need to go visit the place you mentioned at Juarez." Yeah, it's just across the border, Cecilia. It's like I was gonna say maybe 20 minutes, but the only reason it's that long is that the roads are awful getting there. Once you cross over the border, it's dirt roads all the way until you get there. It's in Guadalupe, but if you go there, Cecilia, please be careful because I'm told that it's not a real the area outside the compound is not the best place to be. Um, by the grace of God, nobody has been hurt in all the years of the drug cartel problems that are going on there. I don't know how it is today, but for a couple years, I know for a few years, um, we were not allowed to go there just for the safety of the youth and all. Uh, okay. All right. Oh, and Tracy Williams is saying A&P, aka Anatomy and Physiology, is fun. If she is interested in the human body, she will have it. Great luck to Hannah. Love to you all, Tracy. Thank you so much. And Hannah sent me a question from Nancy saying, I'm going to be making a houndstooth blazer. What yarn would you recommend for a nice drape? Hmm. I That's a good question, Nancy. It depends on what the pattern calls for. If I make a wearable that's crocheted, I don't like the yarn to be any thicker than a sport weight. Um, the sweater you see behind me here, which looks really big and chunky, that's DK weight, and that's for a heavy Aran sweater. So it depends on what season you want to wear the blazer in. If is it a cotton blazer for the summer? Is it is it for the winter? If you could send me a picture, I can try to think about it. But if it's a blazer, you're going to want something that's going to hold its shape, not something that's going to just get longer and longer. So you want to avoid yarns such as probably alpaca. Um, well, the best yarns that I know will hold their shape that will be firm enough to do that would probably be a wool or a linen or a blend. Um, so it really depends on, again, when you're wearing this and is it a bulky design? Is it a thin design? But just know that when you crochet with thinner yarns, you do end up with thicker, uh, you know, you end up with thicker fabric when you crochet than you do knit. So send me a picture when you can to let me see. She sent. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'm looking at a picture. Yeah, I would go with as thin a yarn as I could find. I would say fingering weight yarn for that and see what you can do. Trying to think of a yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. And again, this is what you can do. What I'd recommend that you do, Nancy, is go to a yarn store. Go to not to Michael's or to Joann's. I love those stores to a point. But go to a boutique, like we talked saying about at the beginning. Go to a boutique yarn store, someone hopefully that's in your area that you trust, and ask them because if they're a yarn store owner, they have a vast, much more knowledge about yarn, then I can just share with you here in a few minutes. And I think if you did that and show them what you want and talk with them and see what they recommend, I think they should steer you in the right direction. Oh, thank you, Felicia. And Felicia would like to know where I got my shirt. I have a Teespring store, guys. I never draw attention to it much, but if you look in the video description, or there might even be pictures of t-shirts across the bottom. These are my shirts. There is a link in the video description, and I have all sorts of crazy sayings. I just don't wear them. I haven't worn them that much because it's been too cold. But once in a while, I like to get them out, like when it's warm, and it's yeah. I don't want to don't want to wear wool today, and I would be wearing my new shawl, but it's just too warm, which is a good thing, right? So yeah, I definitely have t-shirts, I have sweatshirts, hoodies, all sorts of things with similar. You can pick the saying and then get whatever you want. And if you do that, and if for any reason you're not satisfied with what is delivered or the quality, I want you to let me know immediately. Okay. Just saying, I don't promote this heavily. Um, or if at all, it's just there. But thanks for asking about it. But yeah, if you order from my Teespring store and if you're not satisfied in any way, shape, or form, I want you to let me know so I can take it to them. Okay. And yeah. All right. I am so not going to get through everybody's comments, but I am so glad you all are here. Just want to make sure I can reach out to everybody. And Kathleen, hey, from Hudson Valley. Wow. Thank you so much for for being in our chat today, and we will add you to the list. Um, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. A prayer request from Nanny Lanny says, "Hi, Bonnie, Hannah, and everyone. Sorry, not been around. Lost my mom last September and split with my partner, so not been in right headspace. So glad to be here today. I am so sorry." Nanny, let me write you down on my list so I can add this later. I know what it's like to lose your mom. Uh, yeah, I can't even hardly talk about it, even though it's been 5 going on 6 years for me. Um, so yeah, my mom lived with us for 15 years before she went to be with the Lord. So I will add you to my list, my friend. So hang in there. Um, and let's see. I'm just checking. I just want to make sure I can greet everybody. And Anne Marie Decker, was it Redecker from St. Louis says, "Hope your day is going well. Thank you for joining us today." Um, and oh, Esther is still working on her Easter blanket and a shawl from Annie's Kit Club. Cool. Very cool. And Joanne, she says, "I'm late. I hope that I can catch up." Well, Joanne, I am late getting to your comment. So we're equal. You're good. You're good, my friend. Um, and Hannah and Esther, thank you so much for what you're doing. And Barbara, so good to see you in the chat. She says, "Hello, Bonnie. We are deep into greenhouse and outside planning. Fertilized 2,500 peony roots. Cable crochet on my hook using National Park yarn." Oh, that's the Lion Brand stuff, I'm guessing. Cranes, owl hawks, great horn owl, and sparrows here. And she's in. That's the Barbie. She's in Alaska. So always good to have you, my friend. Um, oh, I want to visit you someday. I would love to go up to Alaska. Um, Maybe I can fly there. Yeah, phew, we'll see. And Love DIY, good to have you from Lincoln, California. Well, welcome. Another crafter in our midst. Yay. And she's asking, anyone get to see the Northern Lights? Yes. I didn't personally, because of all the light. We used to call it light pollution. There's so many bright lights around where I was, and I just couldn't get away. And I was down in South Carolina, but my guys, Hannah was up here in Maryland, and she was able to see them from the porch. So the I posted a picture in the community section of YouTube, so you can see that. I just added a little verse to it, which I'm actually going to read today, in a few minutes. But Hannah sent in that picture she took with her iPhone, which is incredible. She took a lot of them, so they got to see, the motion and everything. But it's just been very spectacular seeing the pictures that have come in. I do want to see the Northern Lights again someday, but I missed that chance, but I'm hoping that many of you did. I posted about it in Facebook. Looking back, I probably should have posted that link um, the day of that evening. I should have posted it in my community chat. I'll do that next time for sure. And Kelly says, I'll email you when there's a festival down in Tucson. I live in Vail with my sister Patty. Okay. Yeah, definitely email me. Uh Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, Terry's commenting on all the flowers that Barbara's planting. Yeah, that's a lot of flowers. Um, yeah. And Donna, thank you for your comment about the blanket. Yeah, lots of colors in the round. Yarn does all the work. And Phil says, I think my next blanket project is going to be a blanket stitch with different colors for each row with picots for the border. That sounds amazing. And Natalie, welcome to our chat here. And Terry, and again, Tiffany, thank you again for joining me today. Um, Many of you check out Crochet with Tiffany Hansen. Check out her channel if you get a chance. She's got a lot of great stuff on there. And Fiber Floozy Crafts, welcome. And it is 101, guys. I cannot believe, where does the hour go? And okay, Joanne says, yes, granny squares are coming back in popularity. Yes, they are. Do I have some? Oh, let me show you real quick. Oops, this is from last year, but I wasn't planning on showing this, but here's a really fun. Look at this iPad pouch. And these are made of nylon. So it's not just regular yarn, but the nylon. And you can get that at Michael's. And I bought 3 spools, and I've made like 3 different combo colors with these. Of course, you can. These are I stuck with strong neutrals, but you can do all sorts of stuff. These are on my channel. Just look for the Granny. Just Google Granny Square on my channel, and you will come up with these. So much fun to make and to use if you don't want to, carry a bag or a purse or something. And the nylon is extremely strong. You cannot break this. It's very, very, very strong. All right. Um, and Barbie says, love your blast from the past. My mother had lots of things. I am sure the estate cleaners fed the dump. Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff kind of go away in the same way. Did I say? Oh, I said iPad. Sorry, Hannah. I meant iPhone. iPhone. This is definitely a phone, not an iPad. Yeah. Yeah. This is my Oh, and if you're looking for a fun phone cover, I've got cables on my phone. And these are available also where the t-shirts are that we mentioned earlier. Um All right. Well, I'm gonna have to, let's see. Oh, we have Katie White. Oh, cool, from South Dakota. Um, I will look over those comments in a bit, but I do want to read a little bit to you guys. I just you know me, I like to read something encouraging, hopefully inspirational, because it's a tough world out there. It's there's a lot of confusion out there right now. And I always go back to the good book here, to the scriptures, as often as I can, just to be recentered and just to be encouraged, especially, people who are sick, people in our chat right here, struggling with a sore back and or a chronic, back injury, the loss of loved ones. I mean, life comes at us, and it's real, and it can be really hard. So I wanted to read something just to end with here. I'm gonna be reading from Psalm 19, and I'm going to read several verses. So just hang with me here. This is the Psalm of David, of King David, which we know, if you've followed the scriptures at all, he was not a perfect man. He was quite a flawed individual. Um, and I say that, yeah, I mean, if you've read through the scriptures, he's flawed and in major ways. Not, I'm not talking, didn't brush his teeth one day. I'm talking major flawed, like had somebody murdered, and so seriously flawed individual. Okay. So, but so far I don't believe I've killed anybody. Well, at least not physically, but in my heart, I'm sure I have many times. But all that to say is I love it that God can use us, flawed individuals as we may be, um, if we acknowledge that and understand that he is so able to use us. And I love that. He writes, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork." And that just reminds me of the aurora borealis that we could have seen last week. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There is no speech, there are no words, whose voice is not heard. Their voice goes out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the earth. And I'm going to skip down to verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The rules of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and drippings of the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is your servant warned. In keeping them, there is great reward. So just love that was through verse 11. So just need the encouragement. Yeah. So, well, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Um, I hope to see you next week. I'm planning on being here, so we'll see. Um, have a fantastic week. God bless. Bye bye.